Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. And take that easiness with a grain of salt, because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of smart people there. And today's puzzle is called Tulip by Sotir. And here are the rules. Sudoku. And I guess we can see why it's called Tulip, because we have a nice tulip here. Anyways, here are the rules. Sudoku. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Place the digits 1 through 9 once in every row, column, and 3x3 box. Renban line. Starting cells row 1, column 3, and row 1, column 4. Digits along a magenta line contain a non-repeating set of consecutive digits in any order. Remember, they are non-repeat. They do not repeat, so you cannot have 1, 2, 1 be a valid be on a valid Renban line. You can't have multiple digits, or you have to have multiple digits. You can't have multiple copies of the same digit on the Renban line. Something like that. So for an example of this, like if this was a 1 here, you would know that there has to be a 2, 3, 4, 5 also on the Renban line, because that's the only way to form a consecutive set on there. Okay, so that's Renban. German whisper line, starting cell, row 4, column 5, so this one, and row 6, column 1. So this is, yeah. Digits along a green line differ by at least 5. So for example, if this was a 7, this would have to be a 1 or a 2 to be adjacent to it on a German whisper line. Region sum line, starting cell row 2, column 9. Digits along a blue line are divided by the 3x3 box borders into sums of equal value. So basically it's saying that this is equal to the sum of these two numbers. Black crop key dots. Digits separated by a black dot have a ratio of 1 to 2. So if this was a 4, this would have to be a 2 or an 8 to maintain the 1 to 2 ratio. White crop key dots. Digits separated by a white dot are consecutive. So for example, if this was a 6, this would have to be a 5 or a 7 to be consecutive with it. Accessibility note. The Renban line that starts at row 1, column 3, and ends at row 1, column 7, shares one cell with the German whisper line that starts at row 4, column 5. So it shares it here. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm going to get started. Oops, hold up. I'm clicking on the wrong thing. Let's go. Okay. First thing first, we know this has to have a 5 in it, because 1 through 5, all the 5 digits, all the sets that contain 5 consecutive numbers from 1 through 9 must contain a 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all contain a 5. So the 5 has to be one of those 5. German whisper line, where is the... So on a German whisper line, 5 can never appear in a normal Sudoku. So 5 can never appear on any of these lines. 5 has to be in box 2 on the Renban line. So it cannot be here. Where is the 5 in column 5? In column 5, the 5 can only be here then. So these can't be 5. And in addition, we have a high, low, or actually we don't even know if this is high or low. What we do know is that these alternate. So on a German whisper line, you have alternating sets of 1 through 4, then 6 through 9, then 1 through 4, and 6 through 9. Because 1 through 4 can only be 5 away from the digits 6 through 9, and vice versa. So it will always alternate one set to the next. So you can color in one set and you know that the other set has to be the next one, and then it goes back to the original set. So we'll color this orange and pink. Actually, orange and yellow, because we're going to have to do something there. So this can't be, this has to be orange. This is yellow. This is orange. This has to be yellow. Which, so every other one has to be orange in this one. So these are all orange, and then every other one has to be yellow. Now, interestingly enough, we have 4 yellows on row 6. So that means none of the other cells in that row can be of yellow set. So they have to be orange or 5. So then we know the 5 has to be one of these two, and this has to be an orange. Therefore, since that's orange, these two must be yellow, and therefore these two must be orange, which means these two low ones must be yellow also. Which makes sense because they're consecutive, right? So therefore, that's going to add up to... Okay, and then on top of that, in box 8, we have 4 oranges. So one is yellow and the other one is a 5. So we have a 5 here. In addition, we have 4 oranges in row 7. So none of them can be the orange. So they're either yellow. There's either 2 yellows, or it's a yellow and a 5. And that would be a 4 or a 6 with a 5. So one of these two is a 5 also. Now, let's see. We know 5 cannot be on a black crop key dot, or next to a black crop key dot, right? Because 5 does not have a 2-to-1 ratio with any digit. So 5 has to be either here or here in row 9. Let's see. Anything else? So the other one of these is orange. The other one of these is yellow. All of these, and with the aside from the 5, are yellow. We have 3 yellows there. Let's see. This is yellow. It's either consecutive with another yellow or it's 5. So we have 3 yellows here out of these 4, right? This has to be orange or consecutive with a 5, but it can't be, right? Because the thing is, the orange and yellow can never be consecutive with each other, right? One's 1 through 4, the other one's 6 through 9, and they're never consecutive with each other. So therefore, this must be orange. One of these then must be yellow, and one of these must be orange, because we have 3 yellows and a 5 here, and we have 3 oranges. So this is yellow and orange. We don't know what the coloring is, though. What other consecutive stuff we have? So these are 2 consecutive yellows. Therefore, we have at least 2 consecutive oranges here. Interesting. Okay. So the yellows here cannot contain a 4 or a 6, right? Because they're next to 2 unique digits on the German whisper line. And if you're next to 2 unique digits on a German whisper line, it cannot be 4 or 6 then. Because, right, 4 can only be next to 9, and 6 can only be next to 1 on a German whisper line. Therefore, these are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. That means the 4 or the 6 has to be in this consecutive set, which means it's with 3 or 7. So then this has to be 6, 7. It's either 6, 7 or it's 3, 4, which means these can never be 3, 4 or 6, 7. It has to be 1, 2, 8, 9 or 1, 2, 8, 9. And in addition, because if it's 3, 4, this has to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If this is 6, 7, this has to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Therefore, all the oranges have to be on the red band, and the other ones are filled with the yellows in box 2. So this has to be 1, 2, 8, 9. Right, if this is 3 and 4, the only red band that satisfies this would have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if it's 6, 7, the only red band numbers that satisfy this red band is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are 1, 2, 8, 9. One of these cells has to be a 4 or a 6. We're not sure which. This could be 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This is also 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 because it's next to 2 unique numbers. So this one has to be 4 or 6. One of these has to be 4 or 6. We're not sure which. Let's see. One of these pairs has to be 5 with 4 or 6. The other one then has to be either 1, 2 or 2, 3. Or if it's high, it has to be 7, 8, and 8, 9. Because, and it cannot be 7, 8, 8, 9, right? Because if it's 7, 8, 8, and 9, and it has to, say it's 8 and 9 with a high, there's no other high possible here. So it has to be 5, 6 has to be next to 6, have to be consecutive, and 7, 8 have to be consecutive. Or it's 5, 4 is consecutive, and 3 and 2 are consecutive, right? Because it cannot be 2, 1 for the same reasoning, right? If it's 2, 1, that eliminates all the low possibilities here. And this one definitely has to be low if it's 1, 2 here. Therefore, this has to be 1 and 9. And since this is 1 or 9, the corresponding 4 or 6 has to be next to it because it has to be somewhere on this line. This can't be the 1 or 9. This is 2 or 8. So therefore, this can't be 4 or 6 next to it. So the 4 or 6 has to be over here, which means these are all 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This can't be 4 or 6 because if it's a 4 or 6, it would be next to 2 unique numbers on a German whispered line. Same here. So these are 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. And it can't be 1 or 9. These are 2, 3, 7, 8. Because the 1 or the 9 has to be here. So this is 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, and 6. So you cannot have 4, 5, and 6 in any of the rest of the row. And because of that, this can't be 4, 5, or 6. So it can never be consecutive with a 5. Right? Because the 5 can only be consecutive with 4, 5, or 6. Therefore, this cannot be 5. Therefore, this is a 5. This is a true yellow then. This is 5 with 4 or 6. We're not sure which. This cannot be 5. And therefore, this is a 5. So this is either 2, 3, or 7, 8. We're not sure which. So we know 4 or 6 has to be one of these two. We're not sure which, though. That means 1 and 9 has to be one of these two, or one of these two. So this cannot be 1 or 9. Oh, there also has to be a 4 or 6 somewhere here, right? Well, it could be any of them, actually. Okay, so this cannot be 4, 5, or 6. So these two, then, must maintain a 1-2 ratio with something else. So this one we don't know. These are 2 yellows. So this could be, we don't know about this. This could be 2 oranges. It could be an orange or a yellow. Cannot be 2 yellows, though. So this one has to be 1, 2, 3, or 8. This is also 1, 2, 3, or 8. So in a 1 to 2 ratio, it would be 1, 2, and 4. So 1 could be with 2, 2 could be with 1, 4 could be with 2, 3 could be with 6, 8 could be with 4. So then this is also 1, 2, 4, 6. Huh. So this can never be 3 or 7 as an orange, right? If it's 3 or 7, that would mean it'd be next. If it's 3, it would be next to a 7 and an 8, which does not work. Because 7 is not 5 away from 3. So this cannot be 3 or 7. This is 1, 2, 8, or 9. This is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, or 9. These are consecutive. So this is 5 with 4, 6. You have to have either a 2 or an 8 here. Right? It's either 2, 1, or 2, 3, or it's 8, 7, or 8, 9, right? Because 4 and 6 are not allowed anymore. So we know the 2 or the 8 is here. We're not sure which. These are consecutive. This cannot be 4, 5, or 6. So this is also 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, and 9. But this could be 4 or 6. Actually, it cannot be 4 or 6. If it's 4 or 6, this would have to be 1 or 9, and it's not possible for that to be the case. Therefore, this can't be 4 or 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. This could still be the 4 or 6, though. And along with this, right? This cannot be 4 or 6 also. Okay, there we go. So, in this one, this cannot be 4 or 6 because it has to be next to a 2, 3, or 7, or 8. So therefore, this cannot be 4 or 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. We have a 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 sextuplet in row 9, which means all of those must contain 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 in those 6 cells. Therefore, the rest of the cells cannot contain 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9. I don't know how this became a 9. This is 4, 6. So therefore, we know in row 9, this has to be a 4 or 6, and this has to be 4 or 6. So they're opposites. We don't know which one's which, though. So the 4 can be next to a 2 or 8, and the 6 can be next to a 3. Same here. So therefore, the 3, we know for certain, is in one of these two cells. Therefore, the rest of the row cannot contain a 3 either. So therefore, this is 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. This is 4 or 6, so this cannot be a 4, 5, or 6. So therefore, this is yellow. This has to be orange then. Which means this cannot be orange because we have 4 oranges now. Or sorry, 4 yellows now in... Or 4 oranges in box 7. Therefore, this has to be the corresponding yellow one. And now we have 4 yellows. Therefore, this is orange. Wait. Does that work? Yes, it has to be, yeah. It has to be the orange one. Which means we have 4 oranges, and therefore this must be yellow. But that means, yeah, this has to be yellow. And we have 4 yellows now in box 9, which means this must be orange. So either way, they flop. They are of different sets. So 2 cannot be here, right? So this is orange also. 2 cannot be here because if it's 2, it would be in the same set as 4. But the problem is we know both of these sets, in the Kropke set pairs, both of them flop, switch sets. Therefore, you cannot have an 8. You cannot have a 2 there in these two. So therefore, it's a 3, 8, 3, 8 pair. So therefore, 8 is eliminated in row 8. Okay. Let's see. The yellow 4 or 6 cannot be here, but it could be here, here, or here. This cannot be the yellow 3, 8. So it has to be the yellow 1, 2. Wait. Oh. So it cannot be 8, right? Because if this is yellow, if 8 yellow's high, 8 would have to be here. So this can't be 8, but it's consecutive. So therefore it cannot be 7, 9 because those aren't consecutive. Therefore all the yellows are the lows. So now we can color the yellows as lows and the oranges as highs. Therefore, this becomes 3, 4. This is 2, and this is 1. So this cannot be 1, 2, or 3. This has to be a 6. So this is 4 and 5. This can't be 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 1 or 2. So this is 2 or 3, which means it's with 8 or 9. This can't be 1. This can't be 1. These have to be 2 and 3, which forces this to be 4 and this to be 8. Therefore, this has to be 1. This is now 3. This is 6. So this can't be 1, 2, or 3. This can't be 1 or 2. This is 7 or 9. It has to be with an 8. So this has to be 8. This is now 1, 2. This is 4, 5. These can't be 2, 3, 2, 3. This can't be 6. Therefore, this must be a 6, which makes this a 1. This has to be a... Actually, we don't know. It's 7 or 9. Therefore, this is 9 because this has to be 8. There's 9. So therefore, this has to be a 7, which makes this a 2 and makes this a 3. So these are both 7 and 8. Therefore, 4 cannot be next to them because it has to be next to a 9. Therefore, 4 has to be here, which makes this a 9, which makes this a 9. So this can't be 9. We have, this is 1 and 2. This is 1 and 2. This is 2 or 3. This is 2 or 3. This must be at least a 7. So this has to be 7 or 8, which makes this a 5 or 6 and this a 5 or 6. This can't be 9, so this is 7 or 8. Let's see, what else are we missing? This can't be 1 or 2, so it could be 3, 6, or it could be 4, 8. This cannot contain a 2, so this is also, it cannot contain a 1. So this is also 3, 6, or 4, 8. We know this is a 2, 3, 2, 3 pair. Okay, this can't be 1 or 2 or 7, so this is 9, which makes this a 7. This is a 2, 3, 2, 3 pair in column 7, so the rest of the column cannot contain a 2 or 3. So 2 or 3 can't be here. 2 can't be here. 2 must be in this one because we know the Ren band forces this to be a set of 1 through 9. So therefore the 2 is here, which makes this a 3, which makes this a 2. So the 3 cannot be next to a 7, so it must be 8 here. It must be 7 here. This could still be 7 or 8. This could be 7 or 8. So this can't be 2, so this is 3, which makes this a 2. So 3 cannot be here, and 3 cannot be here. Therefore, the 3 has to be one of these two on the Ren band. 7 can't be here, and 7 can't be here on the Ren band, so 7 must be on this part of the Ren band, and 7 has to be one of the German whisper lines, so it's 7 here and 8 here. 8 cannot be here, 8 cannot be here on the Ren band, on the 9 set Ren band, so therefore this must be 8, which means this can't be 8, which means this is 4 or 6, so it has to be with 3 or 8 here. This can't be 8, so this must be 7. Okay, that doesn't really help very much. Let's see. 9 cannot be here. This is 6. Okay, this is 6, 8, and 9. And this is 6, 7, or 9. 3 cannot be here, and 3 cannot be here. Therefore, 3 must be one of these 3. 6 cannot be here, but potentially could be here. So 6 could be here or here. 3 is definitely one of these two. 3 is also one of those two. 1, 2. This can't be 8. Therefore, we know that 8 has to be one of those two. Excuse me. 1 can't be here. So 1 has to be one of these, and it can't be here because of the 1, 2 pair. Therefore, the 1 has to be one of those two. Which means 1 cannot be here on the Renban. 1 can't be here on the Renban. Therefore, this has to be 1. Right? Because we know the 1's here. Therefore, it's on the Renban. Therefore, it can't be here. Therefore, the 1's here. And where 1 can't be here because it can't be on the Renban. 1 can't be here because of this 1 here. Therefore, this must be a 1 here. This can't be 2 anymore. This can't be 2, and this can't be 2. Therefore, the 2 has to be one of those 2 because this 2 eliminates, this 1, 2 pair eliminates 2 from being there. Okay, 9 cannot be here. Therefore, 9 has to be on this Renban here. Since 9 is on the Renban here, it cannot be here. So this must be a 1, 9 pair. So this is now 1, 9. This is 1, 9. This has to be 3, 4 because it's 3. 4 can only 3 is already there. 4 can only be there now. So 4 cannot be on this Renban. And it can't be here because of this 4. Where is the 4? It has to be here. So this is 4. This is 5. So this is not a blue. Let's see. 3 has to be one of those two. 4 cannot be here, and 4 cannot be here, and it can't be here. Where is the 4 in box 6? It has to be here, which makes this an 8, which makes this a 3, so this can't be 8. Therefore, we know this must be 5, 6, and 9. This can't be 6, this can't be 5, and this can't be 9. Therefore, this is 2 and 8, and this can't be 2 because of this 1, 2 pair. Therefore, this is 8, and this is 2. So since this is 8, this can no longer be 4, 8, so it must be 3, 6. So we can eliminate the 3's. This has to be 3, 6. We're looking for now 4 and 7. This can't be 4, therefore it must be 7, and therefore this must be 4. This is a 5, 6 pair. This can't be 6, so this is 5. This is 6. So we know this is 2, 5, and 9. We know this is 3, 4, 7, and therefore this has to be 1, 8, 6. So this can't be 6, therefore this is 5. That makes this 9. This is 6. These two numbers add up to this, which is 9. The 2 and the 7 have to be here, so 2 and 7 cannot be on this line. Therefore, this is a 2, 7 pair. We know this can't be 2, so this must be 7, and therefore this is 2. Therefore, this is 5, and that's 4. That adds up to 9. This can't be 2. This can't be 2, therefore this must be 2. Sorry, 2. This is 1, 7, or 8. This can't be 1 or 7, therefore it must be 8. This can't be 1 or 8, so it must be 6. This can't be 6, so this is 3. This is just Sudoku now. We have, this is not 5, so this is 9, which makes this 5. This can't be 6 anymore. This can't be 6. This can't be 1, so this is 2. This is 1. Okay, what else are we missing then? We have 1 and 7. Oops, not 1 and 8, 1 and 7. This is 3 and 9. This can't be 4, so this is 3, which makes that 4, which makes this 9, which makes that 3. 9 cannot be any of these two. 6 can't be any of those two. This can't be 2, so therefore this is 1, which makes this 2, which makes this 9, which makes this 1. That's what we're looking for. So this is 8 and 6. Now we're just doing Sudoku, 7 and 9. This can't be 6, so this is 5. This is 6. This cannot be red anymore. This can't be blue, or this has to be blue, so this can't be blue. This is now a 4, this is a 5. This is a 3, this is a 4. This can't be 8, so this is 1. This is 8, this can't be 7, so this is 1, and that's a 7. And that's a solve. Yeah, that's a pretty fun puzzle, actually. I love coloring. So coloring is always fun for me. And that was pretty cool that it led to this discovery, which means you had to have an 8 here, which meant this couldn't be an 8. And therefore it had to be 7, 9 if it were there. If it were high, and that's not consecutive. That was really cool. I liked it. Anyways, I hope you had a cool time too, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.